GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
From the gun on 3rd down, and he'll be brought down by the Colts. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Mahomes in the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And going deep for Hill. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Andy.
Taylor.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Here's Taylor again.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Back to throw, Stafford. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And his kick here is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 11 at the 41. Now here's Mahomes. finding Hardman here over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Ready? 260. Like 7.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Flush to his right. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down, Kansas City.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right.
Looking towards the sideline, finding Kelsey for the completion.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
On the return, it's Nyheim Hines.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 5 now. Stafford to the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Here's Stafford. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown, Colts. Here's Campbell. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first. extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Makes the score. Chiefs 14. Colts 10.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. On first down, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Colts 10. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. It's a squiver picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang at Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action. Stafford. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Stafford now to throw.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Now Stafford will come up trying to get his guys a 2-point conversion. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Rolling to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. To return, it's McKinnon. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. A little juke. 104 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that would go right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, Taylor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Flush to his right. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2.
Yeah.
Right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin the drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defense.
They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 63 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
118 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
McCaffrey. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Mahomes will throw for it. Buying time, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return is Hines. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Stafford on first down. Flushed out right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Stafford eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Chiefs will take over here just shy of the 30. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
McCaffrey with a first down and more. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. Pass complete to Taylor. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Indy.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Stafford now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get this off to Taylor. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their #1 running option that you've scouted and take away their #1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. He's at the 50. The 30. 10.
Not ready for
and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. We'll take that.
Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And